Okay, we've got about 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more vinyls to show you, but there were a few other box sets that were coming out during this period, and again I might have the dates wrong for the order on these, but we have the Union at 30 live vinyl box set, which is kind of a slightly weird thing really, but we had this colossal CD box set, which I've got over there, but they did a vinyl one which we had to get, so you had lots of nice things, guest passes, all sorts of memorabilia, the DVD of the Shoreline Amphitheatre show, which was missing from virtually every box. You had to phone them up and remind them to send them to you, and they did very quickly, which was good. There's a certificate with your box number on it. Mine's 0064. You had a replica of the tour programme, slightly reduced size to the original, but very nice. Then you had another book with beautiful photographs and stuff about the box set. So that's your special booklet for the box. And then you had 4 vinyls, but they're so hard to get out because the box is too small basically, that you risk damaging the sleeves because they catch in the corners. If I can get them out, I will. They're very pretty. Ridiculous. So I don't think we've done too much damage, but so first one, Shoreline Amphitheatre, lovely red vinyl. So these are the same show. That's the second one, should be blue vinyl. Yep. None of them have got inner sleeves, which is a bit naughty. Third one in green. Have a guess. No surprises. Ooh, I hate that sound. And then the final one, yes, you guessed it, in yellow. No! So, very nice I have to say. I can't remember what these were costing at the time. It's so annoying to me that these boxes are so undersized. The corners. I will put that away at another time. And of course, the box set that we do need to mention here is the Steve Wilson remixes. So Roger did a nice painting for the front. And as we all know, the sleeves were, the Roger Dean ones were slightly redesigned, but Steve Wilson remixed all these. So that's not damage, it's just because it's such thick card. So we've got the different fragile, front and back, and the inside just the same as original, and I think the booklet is in there as well. Yeah, it's raw black vinyl, but different. And then we have the beautiful new version of Close to the Edge in blue. It's really effective. Of course they had to give us the original painting for that, but we didn't get the inner lyric sheet, lyric sleeve. Then we have the tails with the new painting for that, slightly different colouring on the lettering. So if I open that, two different versions of the rocks. Inside's the same, pretty much, nothing else inside it. And relayer, it's the original version of relayer, just a bit more colourised than the grey original. And inside, just with the slightly more highlighted Roger Dean plain. And they did give us the inner lyrics for relayer, so bit inconsistent really, but it's an essential thing to have. I mean, if you're a Yes collector or a Yes fan, certainly if you collect vinyl, you've got to have those. And I'm surprised that, as far as I'm aware, they've never released those albums separately, so you have to get the box. If I'm wrong in that, then do correct me, but you'd think there'd be a massive market for those albums on their own, with their remix sound, quality, 180 gram pressings and the different sleeves, but I don't think they have. Okay, where does that bring us up to? I don't think we're quite there yet. Back onto the shelf then. The next thing that I've got here is this slight oddity from a page. Single album and a single sleeve, 2019. So this goes back to the lineup that included Benoit David and Oliver Wakeman, so 2008-2009. And these are tracks that they recorded but never released. And it's only relatively short, but it's really good. I mean, it's really nice. Certainly stands up on its own. Not a classic, but it stands up on its own. They gave us a nice inner sleeve with the lyrics. Is there just 3 tracks? No, there's 4 tracks, that's right, 4 tracks. So it's kind of a mini LP. To the moment, words on a page, from the Euro of a card, and the gift of love. So yeah, 3 tracks completely just written by Oliver Wakeman, and the gift of love was co-written by all of them. And this was black vinyl, and yes, it was just something that obviously they decided at that stage, so 2019, to put out, and we got quite a decent Roger Dean sleeve. And compared with the last previous studio album, it's chalk and cheese. This you can play and listen to with pleasure. With pleasure. Certainly can't with the other thing. I got 2 copies of it in the end because I think this was a coloured vinyl one. There's no difference to it at all. I think this was coloured right. Yes. Yeah, so they did it in aquamarine blue or turquoise blue. So from a page, yeah. Nobody's going to quote it in the canon of Yes albums, but Oliver Wakeman should be reasonably proud of writing that music. So that's those two. So we then get to 2019/2020 and the Royal Affair Tour. So the current band brought this out, and again Jay Shellen is credited on the drums as well as Alan White. And remember watching Roger paint this painting on his website, and we watched it come into being. So, Royal Affair Tour 2020. So next on my shelf, Symphonic Music of Yes. So this came out on CD many years ago. This was a 2021 pressing on Floating World label. They recorded this, does it say 1993 was when this was basically done. And wasn't particularly a fan. I bought it when it came out. I didn't feel it sort of worked all that well really. But this is a nice blue vinyl double album of the tracks, and I think I did play this when I got it, and they sounded nicer for some reason on vinyl. Whether my ears have just matured enough to make me sort of appreciate it more, I don't know. But the London Philharmonic Orchestra, so not your local symphonia or anything. Steve Howe, Bill Bruford, John Anderson, Tim Harris, David Palmer, with the English Chamber Orchestra and the London Community Gospel Choir. Alan Parsons engineered and produced it, or the orchestral part of it, and Steve Howe and David Palmer produced the overall sound. Yeah, so it's nice to have on vinyl, and so that was that one. So by 2021, yes, I've been touring for a good number of years with the same lineup. Bit of stability had returned, and whether or not you were fans of the lineup, they were going out there playing Yes music, classic Yes music, to Yes audiences, and they believed it was time to bring out another studio album. Yeah, it was certainly there was certainly a need to do something on the back of Heaven and Earth, to show that they had more than that to offer. And yeah, so the Quest came out. As I say, this was 2021. I got the box set, as you can see, and yeah, so we've got the stained glass Yes logo, I won't get it all out of the box. If I can get the outer plastic off, you can see the painting that Roger Dean did. And I would say it was okay. It didn't blow me away at all. I mean, Icebridge was kind of promoted by a video. In fact, I think one or two of the tracks they did promo videos for. I couldn't remember any of these tracks apart from, I think, A Living Island for some reason sticks in my brain, and Dare to Know. Leave Well Alone looks like it's broken down into 3 parts. I couldn't remember what that's like. So yeah, I think it was probably necessary that they did bring out a studio album with a bit more care and attention, and it did the trick in terms of keeping up the Yes interest with their fans, not just going out playing old stuff, but I don't think they played anything live apart from the Icebridge. I might be wrong. But yeah, so it's just an attempt to keep the candle burning, isn't it, really? I don't think they rely on money from studio albums these days. They just got to go out on the road and keep playing to audiences. So the fact that they did it and took the effort to do it, we should be grateful, I suppose. So with that, brings us basically up to the last album that they brought out this year, Nearer to the Sky. This is the deluxe vinyl and CD and Blu-ray box set thing. It's hard to say too much about it, really. Actually, this is 2023, so this is now a year old. I hadn't realised that. It's getting on for more than a year old. So that surprises me. I haven't played it. I haven't gone to it. Musically, it still fell short to me of classic Yes music. But that's not to say it's somehow a bad album. I think considering their age, the lineup that they're running with at the moment, the amount of input and whatever else, it's not a bad album. It was a lovely Roger Dean sleeve on it, and I think for the title track, I think it's worth having. But it is interesting to me to think that is now over a year old, and I haven't really paid it any attention. But that's the trouble with me, you see, is I've moved away from Yes from probably about the mid, say 2014-15 period. I just kind of graduated away into listening to other things, and so they're no longer kind of up there on my playlist. When I do get time to listen to music, I'm listening to other things, classical music, singer-songwriter stuff, Zappa, some heavy stuff as well. So yeah, I've got other things that that are more appealing to me these days, but you'll never beat the classic Yes music. Nobody will ever beat that. That stands the test of time. Anyway, enough of me waffling on. So we've got all this to go through. Those are laser discs. That's Yes related stuff. There's more of that down the bottom. Then we're into other bands, and then all along the floor here we've got the stuff in the racks by other bands, other artists, and then the stuff on the floor itself, which is all other bands as well. And so we are going to try and get through it all, and I hope that when we get through to the kind of miscellaneous stuff, you'll find some of that interesting, and you'll probably have a good laugh at my expense as we encounter some weird and strange things. So thanks for watching, and hopefully see you for the next one.